Hey guys, this is Rhine1988 with Justin back here to do week 115 on the DVD Fiends, and first my Sunday review, I'm going to be reviewing Killer Party. Now, Killer Party is a 1988 or 1989 slasher film. It was one of those slasher films that was underrated. This was at the time when slasher films weren't really popular anymore. I mean, you had a lot of slasher films come out in the 80s and then still in the 90s, but before Scream came out, you know, between like 88, 89, or 87, and then up to like 95 or something, I don't really know. You know, slasher films were kind of dead. I mean, a lot of them were underrated. People didn't really see them. But the cool thing about finding underrated slasher gems is that when you watch them, sometimes you love them. And in this case, Killer Party is one I love. Now, before I go on to this, Killer Party does not have an official DVD release. Here in the US, I don't know if it has an official release in Region 2 or Region 4 or other regions, because when I was watching this, it came with a disc menu, and I thought that was really cool. So I don't know if there's a Region 2 or 3 or 4 out there. And the picture quality wasn't that bad either, in my opinion. I mean, it looked, really good for, something that hasn't been released. I got this from a friend on YouTube, and, it's a burned copy, but I'm just so thankful to have this because I finally got to see this movie, and it was a really fun experience. Now, Killer Party is basically about three college girls. They're best friends. They're pledges, and they want to get into a sorority. You've seen that whole sorority bit a couple times in slasher films that came out in the 80s. But, they want to get in sorority. And then one night, they have this party. All the college kids are there, the girls and guys. And they have it at this abandoned beta house. And there's a little history behind this. And one, it's based on April Fool's Day. But there's history on this beta house. From what I remember of this movie, I watched it Thursday, but I'm bad with memory sometimes. Something tragic happened to a college boy, and I think it had to do with an April Fool's Day prank. And, supposedly, and you see it in the film. The night when they have the party, the college boy's spirit is roaming around, and it's in the house. And, at first things, are just like April Fool's Day pranks, and then serious things go on, and there's really a spirit in the house, and crazy things happen. People start getting killed off. It is a typical slasher film for most, but also it has an Evil Dead feel because it deals with possession. It's not just a typical slasher film. By the cover, you would probably see that, saying typical slasher film. But if you mix an 80s slasher film in with Evil Dead, you're gonna get Killer Party. I mean, it's just, it deals with possession, it's a slasher, people getting knocked off. What I thought about this movie. I love this movie. I really, really loved it. I thought it was awesome. It was so much fun, so cheesy. And if people are going to watch this movie, the thing that they're going to get out of this movie is that it's just so much fun. I mean, somebody doesn't have to like this movie, but you've heard those so bad it's good type of stuff, and for me, that's not it. But I think if any person, whether they like the movie or not, they are going to come out of this movie with just a fun experience, because there's crazy stuff that happens in this movie. So Killer Party, I loved it, absolutely loved it, and you could tell that, I love this movie because when I was done watching this, I just had a lot of thoughts going in my head. I kept saying, I love this movie, and I think it's awesome, and it's just so much fun. It's one of those fun experiences you're going to have with a slasher film. Things I liked about this movie. I thought the storyline was fun. I mean, again, typical slasher, but with a really cool possession type of thing going on. The beginning, the first 5 or 10 minutes of this movie is really clever. And some slashers do this, where they throw in a beginning twist, but not all of them. And this definitely had that beginning twist going on. You know, the kills were fun. You don't get a lot of gore with it, so, you know, you're not going to get too much gore. But John Carpenter's Halloween works well because, you know, it did not rely on the gore. It was creepy, and this movie's not creepy, but it's just, it's not gonna take you away from having fun with this movie. But you do have some fun deaths. I mean, they're typical, you know, but once everything crazy happens dealing with the possession, that is probably some of the best parts about this movie. You got things crawling up on walls, people getting attacked, people getting thrown off roofs, or stuff like that. I mean, it's just so much fun. And the music. The theme music in this movie is very catchy, in my opinion, because after I was done watching this, and I had it in my head today too, it's like really cheesy, really lovely-dovely, you know, kind of, you know, just fun. You know, it's not, you know, serious music, none of that. You're not, and from what I remember seeing this, you're not really going to get that serious tone like John Carpenter score type of stuff. It's just so much fun. If you remember Slumber Party Massacre 3, if you've seen it, if you remember the girls, they're in the car with the guys and they're jamming to the music after getting home from the beach. It's kind of like this. You know, you got, you know, just really goofy, cheesy theme music, but it's fun. But overall, I have to say, I love this movie. I absolutely loved it. It's fun. You're dealing with a slasher film with possession. And if you like 80s slasher films and you like Evil Dead, put them together and you get Killer Party. So, definitely check out Killer Party if you can. From what I've heard, they're actually releasing a Region 1 DVD. Now, I don't know when it's going to come out. I don't know news about that. I just remember hearing it a few months ago that they're releasing Killer Party officially on DVD. And hopefully that still happens because this movie definitely deserves attention. Because it's a lot of fun. So, Killer Party, that is my review this week for Sunday. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Definitely, you know, come back this week, check out other people's reviews, and, you know, just enjoy the reviews, enjoy the videos, because the DVD fiends are awesome. And everybody on here is awesome. And we're going to keep talking about really fun horror films, or just horror films that you might not have heard of, or you might have heard of but you haven't seen, or just some new horror movies that you can check out. So, and Killer Party is definitely one to definitely check out if you can. So I'm going to go. Everybody have a great Memorial Day weekend. Have a great Monday, and have a great week coming up, and a safe week. So, talk to you guys later, and